Peace, everyone. Baba Kilindi here. Hope everyone's moving forward and things are going well for you. Just an update on the Plantir crystal and stone, ancient technology that we have gotten and brought forth, and moving towards resurrecting this technology to be able to better understand the technology that we have going on in this world of which we live and are hanging out in. A lot of new things coming up, but the Plantir stone, for those that don't know, who may be fresh to the channel and what we've been doing for the last month, is that we have located a Plantir stone, which is a seeing stone, a scrying stone for those people who have the sensitivity, wherewithal, and understanding to be able to know that we utilize these types of technologies during the Atlantean times, during the Kemetic times, during the modern times, to be able to traverse the multiverse, to be able to travel inside of the informational structure of a crystal when paired with the entheogenic realms. So we have one as a base station, a large 140-pound crystal ball that is utilized as a hyperdimensional Wi-Fi network to hook to the transdimensional crystals, of which we have been sharing with the family for the last three and a half years. This is will be the #1 base station that puts out updates and new information into the sphere in which we are, and be able to, those people with crystals, be able to hook into a larger informational structure in real time, for being able to connect together to this base station. And we say base station and Plantir stone and things like that, so that people know what we're talking about. So when you're saying a base station, people can cognize what we're talking about. You know, it's like your router in your on your internet in your home. It's the router. You know, it connects to your TV and your phones and the rest of the stuff you want to broadcast particular signal and a way out of just your home and your own hard drive information. So we've been moving towards procuring it and having it in our possession. We are still asking, because we're a little more than halfway done with the donation phase of procuring a Plantir stone. We asked and have been asking for the last few weeks for those who have the financial wherewithal to be able to donate $1,000. Put in that much myself, and we'll probably be putting in more. But we're asking those folks who have an expendable $1,000 to be able to donate to procuring the stone. If you're interested, and you can email me at kilindi@hotmail.com. That's KILINDI @hotmail.com. This is not for me. My birthday's passed. It is a stone, a crystal for all of the family, and those people who donate the $1,000 will receive much more than that in worth, as far as being able to, at high dose, sit in personal consultation with the stone itself, in the privacy of your own being with the stone. And the fruit to travel there is also provided for the times that you'll be able to come to the stone. Those other people who make donations will take anything you can. I got 10,000 followers. If everybody donated $100, we could buy a lot more than the Plantir stone. We take Bitcoin, we take Ethereum, Litecoin, we take Ripple, and cryptocurrencies also. So you have to contact me to be part of this in the procuring stage, not to be part of it as far as utilization of the crystal for the family, because it will be out at large gatherings and things like that, and will be online for perusal. And perusal, if you in the town where it's being housed and displayed, you can come by and check it out. When we have the Detroit Psychedelic Conference, it will be there for people to see as our base station for information. It not only exists here, it exists on multiple dimensions, but we wanted to get it so that we'd have it in this dimension because it's already there working, it's already our stone. We just need a few more thousand to procure it. It is a very powerful relic. It is a stone of vast information. And as I said before, it hooks to not only the Yiming Zhu special glowing crystal infinity stones, but it also hooks to the transdimensional stones that have been being delivered to the family. Now, people will say, well, I got my own crystal and things like that, and that's well and good. We wish you well working with your crystal in whichever way and however you seem and deem fit to be able to work with your crystal. That's fine. But the difference is, because people will call me and say, well, I got my own crystal. I don't, need to get one from you. What do I do? Well, the thing is this. We look at these crystals as room temperature quantum computers, below Planck length computers. We look at them as informational structures. And it's just like, okay, you have your crystal, I have my crystal. It's like us having two hard drives. You have your hard drive, I have my hard drive. My hard drive got on it Windows or the Mac, information, and it has movies, bootleg movies, regular movies. It has music, books, all these different types of things. And we've downloaded into the crystal all of this vast information. You have a crystal, you have a hard drive, but yours is a formatted hard drive, and it has no information in it other than the information that's in the crystal itself for whatever reason. Some folks put theirs in the sun to cleanse, or in salt water, or they pray over it, or whatever they do to cleanse the crystal. But cleansing the crystal is only, if you know how, erasing the chaotic information that being a natural crystal and aligning the format so that it is then ready to accept information. So you have a crystal that's ready to accept information, but doesn't have any information in it. We purposely downloaded certain information from the hyperdimensional, extra-dimensional, internal dimensions, external dimensions into the crystal, so that we'll have different maps and territories and places and ways to get there, and knowledge that you can commune with inside of the crystal. So the difference is that you have a crystal, and if it's cleansed and all those things properly, then you have a properly aligned crystal ready to accept the information, but it don't have nothing in it. Don't have no windows, don't have no movies, don't have no books, don't have old photographs of your grandma and all that kind of stuff in. Ours has the information in it because we purposely put that information in it in a downloading process that is proprietary. And also on it, we have locked the information and passcoded it that no one else can get into the information other than the person who receives the crystal. So it is just a precursor to the way that computers work and computer science work, because this is the way they did it ancient times. Downloaded just like you download from your computer onto an external hard drive and things like that. We got the external hard drive, we got the Wi-Fi network, we got the internet, we got all that stuff inside of these crystals. And now we have a base station that extends and connects these crystals together in a systematic way. As I said before, we are asking for those $1,000 donations. The donations will be kept and held until we get enough. And as soon as we get enough to go ahead and do it, we going straight and get it that day. And we'll put it up on online to show everybody. So if you have well, I don't know, nobody got an extra $1,000, but if you got an extra $1,000 that you could donate to the cause in bringing this to the family, so that we will have this powerful crystal base station, just email me, kilindi@hotmail.com, KILINDI@hotmail.com. It's paramount that we have these things in our repertoire, in our arsenal of how we're going to deal with the world, so that we have a way to stay current and above the present technology. I mean, I was just perusing and things like that. And what I found out in dealing with research is that Tesla is next year coming out with its robot taxis. That doesn't mean it'll be in all venues. It'll start in limited places because they had their full autonomy rollout to their investors, meaning that they told investors what they're going to be doing as far as the fully autonomous cars. And Tesla, all of the new cars, the new cars have full autonomy in them. In other words, they'll drive themselves. You can just go sit down in the back seat and let the car ride around. Now, of course, municipalities and things like that aren't going to let that go first round. In other words, next year, they ain't gonna let you just sit in the back of the car, lay down, and look at Netflix while your car drives around the city. But the capability is there, and they will be rolling this out next year. They have inside of the new Teslas, and the Tesla 3 is what they call summoning. In other words, you at Walmart, you done bought some groceries, and your car is parked in the parking lot. Matter of fact, you can be let out at the door, and the Tesla will find a parking space in the parking lot somewhere. And when you come out, you just go to your phone and you summon the car. You say whatever you name your car, Charlie, you can pick me up at the door. The car will come out of its parking space, ride and pick you up at the door. That's summoning. But the really slick thing that Tesla is doing is that if you buy the entry-level Tesla, which is around $39,000, you can put either summoning in your phone or release to the fleet, which means that all of the entry-level cars will be part of the Tesla fleet, meaning that when you finish with the car for the day, you can go to your phone and say, okay, Charlie, make us some money. And the car will then be on the network to where people, just like Uber is now, you call the Tesla number for the fleet, and your car will be making money for you while you're not utilizing the car. Meaning that your car will be out whenever somebody calls and it's like Uber, it's their turn, they put it up, your car will go and pick up people, take them where they got to go, and either wait in the area, ride around, or whatever it does. Maybe come back to your driveway or in front of your house until somebody else wants a ride. And then if you're still on the fleet, your car will go out and do that. It'll work all night. It'll work days. The new Teslas are coming out with 1 million mile warranty on it, meaning that the battery pack, all of the different things in the car will last for 1 million miles. That's like a semi truck. A semi truck is made to last for 1 million miles. So not 300,000 or 400,000 for you have to put a new transmission, all that kind of stuff. No, 1 million miles. So your car can be working for you while you're asleep or at the office, or you can have your car drop you off at the door of where you work, and while you're working, you can say a car, get out, get off the fleet, and you put it back on summon, so that if you get off at 5 o'clock, your car won't take the last person who calls. It'll go to another car in the fleet, and your car will be released from the fleet and put back in summon. So your car will then come and pick you up at exactly 5 o'clock. It'll calculate all that, if it's across town and things like that, not to take that ride, because that ride has to go all the way across town, and traffic will be hard to get through coming back, because it's going to be all the traffic laws and stuff like that. So it will not take that last ride from the fleet and go and be there at 5 o'clock to pick you up. Now you can say, well, take me to dinner, at the local vegetarian restaurant, or either to the chop house or whatever. It takes you to the chop house, parks itself, and when you finish, you just go on your phone. Okay, car, I'm coming out to the front door. Come and pick me up, and the car will come pick you up. And if you're ready to go home, it'll take you home, and then you can release the car to the fleet again, and the car will go out and start making money for you. And they're looking at, over the life of the car, that the car can make $300,000-$400,000 over the life of the car by being part of the fleet. Now that's if you buy the car, but if you lease the car at the end of your lease, you can't keep the car or buy the car, because the car will then be put into the fleet. In other words, if you lease it, it'll go back to the fleet. If you buy it, you can keep it or upgrade or whatever you want to do and continue making money. So a car that costs $39,000 will make you $30,000 a year if you're utilizing release to fleet and don't keep it on summon. So this is going to destroy Uber, and it's going to destroy Lyft and taxi cabs and all that kind of stuff, because the Tesla network of cars will be so much more cheaper, because number one, they're not burning gas. It will, do its own charging. It'll ride up to the charge place, dock in and charge up, then go back into the fleet and be released to the fleet to make you money. So you're paying $39,000 for a car, and it's going to make you $30,000 per year. So you're looking at not only paying your car note with your car being released to the fleet. Now, you don't have to release to the fleet. You can just keep it in your yard and not make no money, because it's going to always be some knuckleheads or something going to be drunk, throw up in the car and all that kind of stuff. And until you get some robots ready to clean the car out and all that kind of stuff, that's on you. But that's part of what the things that are coming. It's also hooked to the it's going to be hooked to, we don't know which coin or which system, payment system, but it'll probably be hooked to all payment systems that are electronic. No, of course, cash. So it will be hooked to maybe Litecoin or Ripple or to Bitcoin itself, the one above all. So those are the type of things coming with the 5G, which is rolling out. And our Plantir stone, for the folks that we will be developing as a group of sensitive seers, we'll find and connect with the people who have the most sensitivity to be able to go with this base station, and they will have access to future technology and things like that, so that we can stay current in the game. Because with the 5G, with all of the things that we're trying to do to step it up, we'll have access to the lower levels of human governmental technology, because that's what it is. We'll only, our phones are, dumbed down, even though they're magnificent, they're dumbed down. They're not the super phones that are available. Along with that, along with buying Bitcoin, or, if you don't want to get into the crypto space so much, at least buy some Bitcoin so that you can have some money when the dollar drops and the euro drops and the yen and all those different currencies start losing ground, because they're losing ground now, and everybody's going and adopting. They're not saying in the United States, because the United States is trying to block it with, JP Morgan and, Capital One and Citibank and things like that. They're trying to not let people really know what's going on in the world. Other places are adopting cryptocurrencies. The United States wants the dollar to stay strong. So Jamie Dimon of Chase, last year said that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies weren't anything real. They're not backed by anything. And, it's basically nonsense. But since that whole thing, Chase has come out with its own coin. The other banks, Nike is coming out with a coin to buy Nike products and Nike things. These are all cryptocurrencies. Samsung they've partnered with Ledger, which is one of the #1 hardware wallets to keep your coins in, so that ultimately people think that the new Samsung phones, not the 10, but the 11 or the 12s, will have their own bank inside of the phone. That means you'll have your own bank. You won't have to have a Chase account or any Bank of America or Wells Fargo. You'll have your bank and control your finances from your phone, and it'll be secure, where no one can, take your money unless you do something stupid like give out your seed keys or something like that. So these are the things we're coming to. The 5G is rolling out, just as they said. Of course, it's going to take a couple of years to really bite in. By 2021, people are saying that, they're not going to get no 5G phone and all that kind of stuff. If you want a phone, it ain't going to be nothing else but 5G. So if you ain't got a 5G phone, you won't have no phone, and you can, send smoke signals or hand signals or throw a rock or try to, plug you one of them old phones into the line network, because them batteries still on and that stuff still work. But you ain't gonna be, moving money across borders or looking at, the newest Marvel Cinematic Multiverse and things like that when they come out with the next level. So there's a lot of things going on, but this crystal is paramount for the family, because we have to be able to deal with connecting on a higher level. It's a technology. It's a ancient world technology prior to the last cataclysm, and we just starting the lines. We just plugging up to the old lines, because the lines of information are still here. The connections we need to reestablish, which is what we're doing, and we've been doing over the last 3.5 years. I told everybody it was a 4-5-year program. Take 3 years to get the stones out to folks, even though it's taking a little bit longer. So everything is taking a little bit longer. I wanted to get the Plantir stone by the end of the month. That's not going to happen unless y'all just want to pour the funds in today, which would be wonderful, because if that happened, then by next couple of days, we would have it in our possession. I'd be able to show it to you all, get it to you all, things like that. We're not doing one of those crowd funds or go funds, anything like that. We need all of the funds to go into the stone and also its mounting. So once we get the stone, so that it'll be safe, we're going to mount it in a safe enclosure, so that it also adds to the aesthetic of the stone itself, but also protects it, because, you got folks walking around taking 20 and 30 grams. They want to fall in love with it and knock it off the base or something, like, knock it off the base. So we got to have something where you can't knock it off the base by accident. And, it's in cloak mode. So we tried to keep the cloak on it so that no one else sees it, because somebody with a few dollars could come in and purchase it, and then we'd have to do some other type of finagling. So let's try to put this together. Those folks who have the financial wherewithal, please get me, or if you have some type of strategy or know somebody, Kilindi@hotmail.com. We're not putting out all the information on the live on Facebook that way. Not that email is super secret or anything like that. It's just that, you know, we don't want the people who are you know, just not really serious. We this is for the folks who are already doing their dosing, already learning how to grow. The folks who are really interested in what we're doing and what we've been doing for the last 3.5 years to chime in and help at this particular time, because this is the one of the keys. You know, this is one of our weapons in our arsenal of sovereignty in the multiverse. So. Baba Kilindi signing off. That's what else? That's pretty much it for today. So let's try to get the last of this in. We're more than halfway. If we can work our way into getting this at some point next week, at least by, I'm not gonna say a day, because then folks will say, well, you know, and the first of the month coming up, you know. Y'all can y'all can chime in so that we get enough to get this stone, this crystal, this master crystal, this multi-dimensional relic of power and sovereignty in the multiverse, so that we have access to it, and you can come before it and not only plot your questions, but time travel, access the great libraries of the multiverse, all these different types of things. So Baba Kilindi signing off. Get with me, Kilindi@hotmail.com. And thank you for listening. Peace.